Good morning, my friends. Today I'm going to discuss IB Practice Exam 08, Paper 1. Calculator is not allowed in this paper. First question belongs to statistic. A box contains 100 cards. Each card has a number between 1 and 6 written on it. And the frequencies are given there. And in the first part of this question, he said find the value of k. Just don't worry, as he told you there are total 100 cards, so just plus all the corresponding frequencies of these numbers which are from 1 to 6 and put it equal to 100 and you will have the value of k. The median value is always the center value. In this case it would be 50th value, and by cumulative frequency, if you go to 50, so 1 is 26 times, 2 is 10 times, so 3 would be at 50th place. So 3 is the median. Interquartile range is always the central difference. Interquartile range is always central 50%. So first 25 comes at 1 and last 25% or upper quartile comes at 5. So your interquartile range q3 minus q1 would be 4. 5 minus 1, right? And now I'm moving toward question 4. In this question, the drawing of parabola quadratic function is given, and he said find both x-intercept. To calculate x-intercept, put fx is equal to 0, and then either you factorize by midterm breaking or by using quadratic equation. By using quadratic formula, you can get two values of x which will represent the x-intercept. And in the next part of this, he is saying find the vertex. So just take the midpoint of these two x-intercepts, you will have the x value of that vertex. Now I'm moving toward question 3. Write down the determinant of m. I think you already know, it's very simple. Just multiply 2 with minus 1, the elements of diagonal, and then minus the product of elements of second diagonal. Okay, and then I'm moving. Write down m inverse. M inverse mean adjoint of the matrix over determinant. First calculate the adjoint by changing the sign of the entries of the one diagonal, leading diagonal, and then the places of the second diagonals. You can get that joint. Divide that joint by its determinant, you will have your answer. And in next, you can calculate m by using this one and multiply this with xy and just simplify, and you can get the answer. Otherwise, you can also do that by multiplying m inverse with 4 8 matrix. It's up to you. You can do that question. And in same way, I'm moving toward question 4. In question 4, he told you the value of cos a, and as it is also given the range for the angle, so cos 2a is always equal to 2 cos square a minus 1 by compound angle identity or by double angle identity. And in the b part, he said calculate cos b, and cos square plus sine square b is equal to 1. So cos b would be equal to 1 minus sine square b square root, and just plug this value, you can easily calculate that. Okay, now I'm going to next question. And next question is again there is the sketch, and he said sketch on the same diagram y is equal to minus fx. Whenever function is given and you are said sketch minus fx, just reflect that function in x-axis, you will have the sketching of required function. And in the b part, he said let g of x is equal to fx plus 3. This is just horizontal shift. Y's value will not change, but every value of x will move toward right toward left side. This is called horizontal shift. So your x intercepts will move toward your left side. 3 will move to 0 and 1 will move to -2, and same way the vertex which is at 2 will move to -1, and so nothing else you needed. This is called horizontal shift or translation. Now in same way I'm moving toward question 6, and in question 6, my dear, once again he has given you the table with female and male frequency. He said calculate the probability that student is male or tennis. It's related by or, so first you calculate the probability of male and then probability of tennis player. Actually it's like PMUT, and this is equal to probability of M plus probability of T minus probability of M intersection T. So this would be, male's probability is 9 over 20 and tennis probability is 5 over 20, and then the common is 2 over 20. So this way I think you will get 12 over 20, and you can simplify because the answer must always be given in simplified form. Okay, now given that the student selected is female, this is conditional probability question. Calculate the probability that student does not play football. First of all, he told you that student whatever chosen is female. So this is 11 by 20, and out of this 11 by 20, he is saying that student does not play football. How many students do not play football? These are 6 students who does not play football. This is 6 over 20. So you can simplify this, as I'm repeating the formula for conditional probability. PA over B is equal to PA over PA over B is equal to PA intersection B over probability of B. This is the formula. You can use this, and by this formula you can easily get the corresponding answer. Here in question 7, he said f this definite integral is given, and show that fi this minus 4. My dear, as it looks, there is little problem in this question. Actually there is a mistake in this question. He should write 1 5. He should switch the limits of a part, but by mistake I think there is a mistake. So you can take 3 as common, and then you will have 5 over 1, but uh, then you have to switch the limits 1 and 5. This when you switch the limits, the value of integral becomes negative, so this way you can calculate it. And in the same way for b part, 5 1 x and then plus 5, you can break this into different integrals, and then you can uh, integrate separate, and you can take the hint from the above because the value is already there. So I don't think you will have the problem. If you will have the problem, you need to uh, put this question in my comments. Hopefully I will give you the solution for this detailed solution. Yes, I love you. Okay, now I'm moving toward vectors question, and here there are some coordinates are given, and he is asking you to calculate AB. My dear, it's very simple. As I told you, you can write AB is equal to OB minus OA. These are points. When you write them in column vectors, they become 3 1 2 or 3i plus j plus 2k. In same way you will write OB minus OA and take the values from there, and you can calculate AB vector. And in the same way AD vector can be calculated, and AD he told you would become in the terms of k. But he also told us that AD and AB are perpendicular. Whenever two vectors are perpendicular, their dot product is always equal to 0. So AB dot AD is equal to 0. So from there you can easily calculate the value of k. Now in same way I'm moving to the next part. Find the position vector of C. BC can be written OC minus OB, and 1 over 2 AD could be written OD minus OA. I already have explained these points are given. If we write them in OD form, then that becomes position vector. With the help of position vector, we can calculate the position vector of C by changing the subject. Okay, find ABC, cos ABC. Here once again you need to take the dot product of two vector BA and then BC. So you already have these coordinates. If you don't, yes, you already have calculated BC and BA. So take their dot product. A dot B is equal to A's magnitude, B's magnitude, cos theta. By this way you can calculate this angle. Oh, sorry, not an angle, as this is the ratio. Now fx is equal to sine cube x. Write down the range of the function of f. As you know, sine x is always switched between -1 and 1, but there is cube, so it will not make any difference. So your range would be -1 to 1. Write down the number of solutions. Yes, just uh, put it fx is equal to 1, and then take the cube root, and you have to give all the answers. You can also do by plotting it. Find f prime x. First you need to break this sine cube x. Oh no, it's very simple. 3 sine square x, and then the derivative of sine x is cos x. So he's asking you to calculate the value of p and q. That's it. And in same way, gx is given. Find the volume. The volume for the figure g is, yes, pi integral g squares x dx. So you calculate the square of this function and put, because general formula for the volume of integral, pi integral of y square dx. Y square is their g square, so I don't think you will have any confusion. Now I'm moving toward question 10. Find the area of the triangle OPB. Find the area of the triangle. Find the area of the triangle OPB in terms of theta. For the formula for the area of the triangle, 1 over 2 AB sine theta, and theta must be in radian, but you have to give your answer in general form. So 1 over 2 A is given, radius is given, 1 over 2 time 2 sine theta, and then explain why the area of the triangle OPA is the same as the area of OPB. Look, in triangle AOP, OPB, and yes, OPA. Look, in one triangle you have theta, and in other triangle your angle is 1 over 1, sorry, in second triangle your angle is 180 minus theta or pi minus theta. Sine theta's value and sine pi minus theta's value is equal to. So when you calculate the area of the triangle, in one triangle you will have sine theta, and in other triangle you will have sine pi minus theta. As I can use in simple words, sine 30 is equal to sine 150. And so its same circle radii which are representing the lengths of the triangle are same, so it does not make any difference. So it's same. This is the reason. And now in next part, first you need to calculate the area of the sector. Area of the sector is 1 over 2 r square theta, and then you subtract the area of the triangle from this. You will have the area of the segment that is shaded for both triangles, and then you need to fulfill the given condition, and you will find this expression. This is the expression for s. Just to calculate local minimum, just differentiate it and put it equal to 0, and you will have one value. Same way, maybe you will have two values of theta 1 for the, just to check which one is negative, which one is least, and which one is greatest. Just double derivate it and double derivative, if less than 0, it would be maximum, and if it is greater than 0, it would be minimum. These are the tests. Hopefully you understand my this brief review brief review. uh, yes, even if you don't understand anything, you can put the put or write that question, that problem in comments. I will respond hopefully. If you don't understand, or you have uh, I'm human, you can forgive me if I have made or said um, anything which is not clear. Okay, but never forget subscribe my channel. This is your appreciation for me.